All right, hello YouTube, and welcome to the Three Coles Pod, where we talk about NFL, NBA, highlighting Hawaii athletes, and just giving a fresh perspective on sports. This is our first ever episode, and we hope you like it. So for the first topic of the day, what we're gonna get into, boys?
Shoot, I think you start with nothing else but college football week 1. We just had week 0. Games were all right, but week 1 is going to have some matchups that we all want to see, you feel me?
Right. Who are we looking at week 1?
For me, I'm most excited to see, I'm a Utah fan. The Utes, we opened up at number 7 in the country. Historically, we're not a good road team. We go down and play Florida, and Florida's an SEC team. They're bringing in some transfer guys that could be good, but Utah just has a lot of pressure on them, and people think that they're a college football playoff team this year, and I just want to see what Cam Rising can do with this offense. They finished the year doing well at the Rose Bowl. I mean, granted, they lost to Ohio State, but that offense was electric. They do lose Britton Covey. I think he was a key guy for them. Receiver-wise, they brought in some transfers. They got some younger guys that are going to be playing, but I'm excited to see what Cam Rising and the Utes can do on the road against Florida.
I like that. I like Utah this year. I think, like you said, Cam Rising and then that defense will probably put them in the Pac-12 lead. I think they're the top defense. I think they're the best Pac-12 team. Who
right
else
now,
is even in the running? Like USC,
Oregon, and USC. I know another team in the Pac-12 that was on people that could be up some upset team is Oregon State.
Oregon State.
Yeah, it's looking that. I read some good things on them. I don't know how you read good things. I mean,
yeah.
You talk about week 0. People had high praise for Nebraska and low praise for Northwestern, and Northwestern flipped the switch on Nebraska, and Northwestern looked well. So
right.
I think it just comes down to what teams play good, how they play at home, how they play on the road, and all of that. And the Utes is a team I'm excited for this week 1.
I like that. I like them coming out of the Pac-12. Spence, what you got?
Actually, I'm excited about this USC game, dude. I think they're coming out. They got a brand new head coach. They got a ton of transfers, I'm stoked to see if they can be what everyone thinks they can be. And that's a top-tier team.
Top 13 this year?
Top tier team this year, yeah.
Already?
I think it is a top.
Who they got?
Who do they have?
Who do they got? Name one player.
He can't.
Name one player on the team that you're excited for.
Name one transfer.
You know the head coach though, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Lincoln Riley.
Okay. Name one guy on the team that you're excited for though, since you want to highlight the USC Trojans.
Oh, they did have a shit ton of transfers. You know who I'm most excited to see coach?
Who?
Brad.
Okay. All right.
You couldn't just say Caleb Williams, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation.
Where'd he come from?
Oklahoma. All right, yeah.
This is going to be a theme of the podcast where he doesn't know everything.
Yeah, he doesn't know a lot.
But he's going to try. Right, Spence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're putting you on the spot.
You highlighted them. You don't even know the one guy in the team, bro.
Can I just say that I'm excited to fucking watch them? God damn.
Hey, watch your cussing, bro.
Sorry.
When we start making money, we gotta get monetized, bro. Anyway, looking at week 1, I think there's so many good games, but the team I'm really looking forward to this year is Oklahoma Sooners. With transfer Dylan Gabriel from UCF. I think he's gonna have an outstanding year coming into a bigger program, as well as coming into a program that is fresh, kind of, in a way, with brand new head coach Brent Venables there leading the way, and kind of shaping Oklahoma from what they have been in the past, from offensive team to a defensive team, and just having a new identity. I think I'm excited for them week 1. I know they play, I think, UTEP. They should blow them out, but looking forward to the Big 12, I think they'll have a tough schedule, and we'll see if they can make a run at the college football playoff. I think it will be a win even if they just get there, because I think we all know that Alabama and Ohio State are the two heavy favorites this year and probably will be in the championship game. But if Oklahoma even makes the college football playoff, I think that'll be a win. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what Dylan can do and what new head coach Brent Venables can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we touched it earlier before we started the podcast. Me and you talked about just Oklahoma always being a heavy offensive team, where they were like kind of when Oregon had Mariota, it was try to outscore everybody. Yeah. And this is going to be the first year where they're kind of oriented around the defensive side of the ball, where they got a defense-minded coach, and
that's where they always lack. They always lack.
Yeah, they lack the defensive side. I mean, I never really followed Oklahoma like that on the defensive side, where I could tell you, who's a guy on their team. Like this year, for sure, I think after week 1, we'll know some of the dogs that they have on their team on the defensive side of the ball who can play at that level. Yeah. And they're a team to watch, I think. Yeah, I think what you said, Dylan Gabriel, seeing how he does in, what are they, Big 12, right?
Big 12.
Big 12. Seeing how he does in the Big 12. I mean, coming from UCF and making that jump to the Big 12, he's going to play with some better athletes. But I think he's a top quarterback in the country. I truly do. I think he can throw the ball.
He's definitely a top 5 quarterback. We'll see. We'll see if can take. Who's the top? Bryce Young.
CJ Stroud. I think
Williams.
Caleb Williams. You throw him in there. I mean, you got Talia that could be arguably
Talia's gonna be good.
Arguably up there.
Excited to see Washington State boy.
Washington State kid.
Arizona.
That's a game that we're talking about. We're talking a lot about top 25 teams. I think a good game this weekend. They play San Diego State. At San Diego State.
The new stadium, bro.
The new stadium, and I mean Arizona. I mean, I've been high on Arizona since we wanted to start this.
They've been a
Jaden Delora. You got a 5-star receiver, true freshman, see what he can do. And then you got San Diego State that's kind of just been a powerhouse these past 2 years in the Mountain West. I shouldn't say powerhouse in college football, but the Mountain West, they've been known. They beat Utah last year.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see how Jaden Delora, a transfer quarterback, does at, how he can take a new team, see what he can do there. Because he kind of put Washington State back on the map a little bit. Made them a relevant topic to talk about. Not anything winning Pac-12, but they were relevant, when they played.
Exactly.
And Arizona hasn't been a real relevant team. It's kind of been, we're playing Arizona. That's like wipe off our slate. Like we still got to play, but so. Yeah,
and looking at the other games, there's like a lot of good games we're so excited for. You got Notre Dame. They're going to to Ohio State, I think, and the thing with Notre Dame in the past is they never really stepped up in those big games. I think they've always been good against the mediocre teams, but when it comes to the big dogs like Alabama, like Ohio State, Georgia, those Clemson, those teams, they've always failed to show up. And this year with the new coach, the new head coach, and I guess a new identity for them, I think they have a lot to prove in week 1, and they could do that with, I think, the second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes and CJ Stroud. I think they have a new quarterback, a Hopple boy coming. I think he's a sophomore, maybe
out of California.
I think he should. I think he should be promising. And then that defensive side of the ball, we know Maris, Liu Fao, and how those. Notre Dame's always a good defensive team, so I think they have a lot to prove, and I'm excited to watch that one in prime time. So
I think this game is important for Notre Dame, win or lose. It's important because if they come in here and get blown out by 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, they started the year off at number 5 in the country. It's a bad look for them.
Are they 5?
They're 5 in the country.
5 against 2, huh?
Yeah. So it's a. I mean, you will date back to, just like you said, like they come into the college football playoffs and they get blown out the first game, or, it's just that level. It's that stage, playing on that stage, and it's a different win or lose. I think if they lose by, if they make the game close and they lose by a touchdown or less, or even 10, and it's a close game, a good game, their college football hopes are still alive. Are still alive because they showed that they could play, but.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the only games that really would intrigue me that we even talk about, I think other than that would be just because the way the weekend went, I mean, I want to see Hawaii bounce back and play a lesser opponent in Western Kentucky. They came out the gates, and this is bad because
they came out the gates so
They came out the gates so strong and promising. Went up, had a great drive of marching the ball 7-0 from the gates. I was feeling real good. Yes, we're looking good, and then next thing you know, 63-10. I think the boys found themselves. I think on the defensive side, I think they're gonna find that they need to make some adjustments. Offensive side too. I think they found something with Jonah Pinoke. I mean, he 7 catches for 101 yards. Like he did his thing out there, and that looks, as of right now, it looks like receiver 1 for us. And I'm excited to see what they do when they start to get back to maybe their level of competition. Not saying Vanderbilt wasn't their level of competition, but guys that are a little bit on their side of the ball in the Mountain West, and I think they could do good. I think they could actually do something, but they're gonna have to figure out and make changes.
They need to figure it out.
Defensively,
that was bad. That was bad. Turned off the game at halftime. But what you think, Spence? How'd that game look?
I think they started off hot and they poked good, but you can just see it. Like, they're a young team.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of cohesion. There's not a culture there yet. And,
I think there's a culture.
There's a culture.
They're trying to establish a culture that can win. But I don't know if they have that yet.
I'm saying their biggest focus wasn't a culture coming in winning.
Talent,
it was their culture wanted to win. Their culture was they wanted the team to feel like a family again. Because last year, no one wanted to play there. No one wanted to be there. No one wanted to play for that guy. So as a culture, you go to anybody, you want to win as a culture. But if your culture, I would rather go play at a school where we're culturally a family and maybe we're not winning as much than we're not cultured as a family and just getting our butts kicked every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, that's the culture they're trying to establish. I mean, it's very hard for a first-year coach to come into a losing program and change it around.
And switch it. And they did get a lot of good talent and transfer guys too. But yeah, they did not look like a competent team.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Well, anyway, we can talk about something else besides college football and get into more of what you know, Spencer, right? NFL. You know, kind of, I guess. I don't know, really, if you know NFL.
He kind of knows. I'm going to have to hear some of his arguments here because this topic here is something that's...
You're going to have to pop.
We're going to get into some pretty juicy topics this year, and we always like to do a top 5 list kind of thing. And we like to rank players just to have a good, solid barbershop talk argument. But for this pod in specific, Spence, you can stop shaking the table. We're good. I told you he was gonna shake the table.
Hey, we said before we started the podcast he's gonna touch the table. So
all right. We're gonna do.
What are we? 13 minutes in, you touch the table already.
It's all right. We're gonna do a top 5 quarterback list, NFL quarterback list.
Right now,
we're gonna start with 5 or start with 1.
We can start with 1.
We'll start with 1, and we'll go down the line. So I guess I'll start it with 1. My 1 is definitely going to be Aaron Rodgers. I think that he is clear-cut number 1 right now, back-to-back MVP.
Right, pause. We're trying to see who we think will have the best year next year. Or
best quarterback right now. Best quarterback right now.
Coming into the season, yeah.
He's the best quarterback.
I think Aaron Rodgers is the best. He's the most talented.
Like, who you would want starting on your team.
Yeah.
Like, you're a franchise type guy, like if you were
exactly.
Not even this season, because
this next season.
Yeah, next season coming in. Who's the number 1 quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers is my number 1 quarterback, most talented quarterback in the NFL. I think over Patrick Mahomes and even back-to-back MVPs, and we'll see how he does without Devontae Adams, our real number 1 wide receiver. But I still think he's the best quarterback in the league. And if I were to start my team, I would definitely want Aaron Rodgers for next season only.
I mean, y'all know who I'm going with already.
You going with?
I'm going with Tom Brady. You know I'm going with Tom Brady. He's the number 1 player, and he got voted number 1 player in the NFL this year. He's on the top 100 list. He's the number 1 player. The guy's just still a machine. I mean, I think if he was definitely top 3 in the league leaders in touchdowns, probably number 1. I just don't think anyone's better than him. I don't think, I just think to do what he's doing at his age, he's done it with multiple different teams. He's made people into who he is, and I think coming in this year, he's got some weapons. Granted, he lost Gronk. He has some weapons still coming in that can help him. Julio Jones, Mike Evans. They found guys later. Our little first-year receiver last year, he's a no-name guy. I got to get back to it. But he made a name for himself when Antonio Brown did his thing. And he came in and caught a game-winning touchdown pass. And there's some promise there. And he has a tendency to just make guys a lot better than they actually are.
Yeah, I like Tom Brady. I like his weapons. I like that. So who you got?
I
know who you got.
Yeah, we know
controversial. It's Patrick Mahomes. Like, I think he's the best QB right now. He's the guy I would want starting, and I think he's gonna take the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
You think?
I do.
We'll get into that talk later.
Like Tom, I think Tom is gonna play well because he always has. But
Right.
I wouldn't have him at number 1 right now. I don't think the Bucks are probably a second-round team, I would say, this year.
We're talking about quarterbacks, though. We're not talking about team.
But I'm just saying, like, I think he'll play well, but he's not gonna play 1.
So who's your 2?
My 2, this is definitely gonna be controversial. But it's gonna be Josh Allen.
Josh
Like,
Allen.
if I was on a team right now, I want Josh Allen. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't go with A-Rod at 2.
Tell me. Please tell me.
Playoffs. He has won back-to-back
it's a bad argument.
MVPs, but he has played horrendous in the playoffs, and he has not won
Right.
He has a ring still.
a championship game.
Does he have a ring, though?
He's got a ring from 11 years ago.
I know, but no.
Wait,
the
what
reason-
have you done for me lately?
Okay, what has Josh Allen?
What has Josh Allen done?
That's a bad take.
But
You're
Josh
saying,
Allen played really well.
But what has he has done?
he won one game.
playoffs.
He won one game.
But because he
One
went
game.
to the Chiefs, dude. Like, Patrick Mahomes is better than him.
But that's a bad argument.
Dude. But
like, if you're going off like how they
he
play
balled out in the playoffs last year. Like, I like.
So he had
but
one
for
year.
him, I think he's gonna play.
He had one good year in the
I'm
playoffs.
really buying into Josh Allen. I am.
But don't use the postseason as an argument over Aaron Rodgers when they.
You can't do that.
How
He's
can
a
you do
regular
that?
season QB right now.
And what has Josh Allen
He's
done?
a regular season QB.
What has he played? 3 seasons. He has one playoff win.
They've won like the same amount of games in the playoffs in the last like 3 years. You do know that, right?
Okay, so why are you using that against him?
A-Rod's won like one more game. Like,
okay, so
because I think one. Okay,
hold up.
What like starting off here. Josh is gonna go like this. Aaron's gonna go like that slightly. That's why.
But I just don't think that's a good. I like your Josh Allen at 2, but that's like
not a
you
good
can't
argument.
use that
I
argument.
think that's a solid argument.
That's not a good argument.
I don't think Aaron is a playoff QB right now.
But you can't say Josh Allen because he has shown nothing.
He's shown more than Aaron
No, he hasn't.
in the playoffs last year. Yes.
Dude, he had a great game, but
He has won 3 playoff games in his career.
all right, whatever. Okay,
But the same amount Aaron's won in the same amount of time, though.
who's your 2, bro?
2's A-Rod.
Who's A-Rod?
Yeah. I mean, that's just, there's no doubt. I mean, granted, I think for me, I'm a Bucks fan, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I put Brady at 1. But I think if we really got into it, I could do what you did and put Aaron Rodgers at 1, too. I mean, if we're talking overall quarterback, just aspect and just being a quarterback, not your team and what stuff like that. I'm talking just a quarterback, a leader, push guys to the limits or throw and be able and just how you throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are 2 of the best to do it right now.
Okay, my 2 is Patrick Mahomes. I don't even need to say anything. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's just self-explanatory. He's second most talented quarterback in the league, I think, and he's just someone we've never seen. Like I think like the Steph Curry of football. Like just innovating the game and just he's just and it helps when you have Andy Reid and the best play caller and
tight end,
Travis Kelce, and then you had Tyreek Hill,
and then you had guys that just had speed too.
So I think, but he's just so talented.
Yeah.
But, so Patrick Mahomes 2. My 3 is going to be Tom Brady. Like you said, how can I not put him in there?
Yeah.
He's the GOAT, no arguments. But I still think he is a top tier quarterback in this league. and it just helps that he has all those weapons. Like
Yeah.
he's had Mike Evans and Godwin are one of the best duos in the league, and then you throw in Julio Jones, who's
Older,
a Hall of Fame, older but a Hall of Famer, and then you had Antonio Brown, Gronk, like. But this year, Tom Brady is still. I still think he's that guy.
Yeah.
If we're talking taking my team to the Super Bowl, it's Tom Brady, and he just has that winning
It factor.
He's
the it factor.
He just got it.
He knows how to win games,
He
and
just
that's
got
why
it.
I'm saying that's what that puts a lot of that separates him from a lot of different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
For 3 for me, no question asked. These I think all 3 are interchangeable. Mahomes is my 3rd.
Mahomes,
like you said, you don't need to say anything about it. He's there.
Man, who's dude, bro?
Joe Burrow.
What?
I love how he's playing. He's got that it factor too, dude. I think he's gonna ball out this year. He's gonna play well.
He does have the it factor, but
he's got it.
He does have the it factor, but at the same time, coming into the season, you're not putting Aaron Rodgers before Joe Burrow.
I don't want a QB that's not gonna win me a playoff game. Don't want it.
Who's your 4?
Who's your 4? Who's your 4? No, who's your 4?
Aaron's a good fucking leader.
Who's your 4?
My 4 is Tom Brady.
Okay.
We
went over it. Who's 4?
4 for me is Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay. We're just it's the same guys. We're listening. It's Josh Allen for me too. Yeah. He's 4.
He's 4. That's
the same
not.
guys.
I mean, it's not even hard to argue that, but
he's not better than Aaron Rodgers though.
Yeah.
But
Who's your 5? Who's your 5?
My 5.
Because my 5 is going to be controversial. I
kind of like your 5 though. I kind of want to steal your number 5, but I'm gonna have to go with. I'm just gonna have to.
You can steal it. I'll talk about it. I'll
go Burrow. I like Burrow just because he just went to the Super Bowl and does like Spencer said, he does have that it factor and he is a gamer.
He has
his players love him.
He has the it factor.
Like his team loves him.
He did play with like one of the worst offensive lines. He was the most sacked QB last year.
Yeah, but he played with a good wide receiver core. I like Burrow at 5. I know you can pick.
My 5 is just because, like you said, you want to really talk about changing the game too. Is Lamar Jackson, man? He's probably the most He's probably one of the most electrifying players in the NFL, and he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a time. I mean, granted, like I'm a Bucks fan, but if Lamar's on and playing something good,
I'm watching Lamar.
And the Bucks are winning,
electrifying.
like I'm watching Lamar play. And, talk about just finding ways to win games, and talk about not having an old line. And you want to talk about Joey B. Joey B can scramble. Lamar didn't have a line too that well, but he's just so elusive and so quick that he's just electrifying and can make things happen with his feet.
And he does not have no wide receivers, bro.
Yeah, he has no wide receivers.
Except Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, tight end, but I just think for him to do what he does and to win an MVP the way he did it, I mean, there was no doubt that year he won MVP that he was going to be the MVP. Like, there was no doubt in anybody's mind.
I like that. I just like Lamar.
Lamar's
another one too that played well in the playoffs. Though.
They're young guys, bro. There's young.
Joe's young. Pat was young when he won.
I mean, we can go and talk about. We can talk about Marcus went to the playoffs and won playoff games, kind of in it, like had a good won playoff games in like his second year, and his career didn't turn out. I hope he does good with the Falcons, but guy's career started. I mean, we can talk about Colin Kaepernick going to the Super Bowl, and then the next year him not even being in that conversation of that.
Cap wasn't the leader though.
On that offensive side, he went crazy that year. Go look at his stats. You were a San Fran fan that year.
He came in as a run-first QB who didn't start all year, and so teams were still trying to scheme for him.
So I have one question for you. I have one question for you. So if Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals go to the playoffs this year, and they lose in the first round, are you gonna take him out of your top 5 because he didn't play well in the playoffs? He had one good run and he didn't play well. That's my argument.
It depends on how he plays. Like if he threw for 300.
But I'm saying, go look at Lamar's games that he lost when they lost to the Bills. They pull up Lamar Jackson when they lost to the Bills in the playoffs. He went crazy. All right, go pull it up and look at it
right now. Lamar Jackson.
Who's your 5?
My 5 is Aaron Rodgers.
I'm glad you have him in the top 5.
Yeah.
He's in the top 5. I just don't have him above certain other guys. Still in the top 5.
I'm glad. All right, that was our top 5. We're checking Lamar's stats. But that was our top 5 quarterback rankings coming into the 2022 football season. Kind of the same guys we all have listed, but
162.
Did he have the game or what?
162 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 pick.
What did Josh Allen play?
he didn't have that good of a game.
Josh Allen 206 a total.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, but I'm
Okay.
saying, look at what did they go to the playoffs this year? No, he was hurt too.
Okay. We'll go on. We'll switch it. We'll switch it up. We're going to go to a little bit of NBA talk. Of course, I want to talk about the Lakers. We can talk about them or we can talk about something else. Doesn't matter.
He doesn't know NBA that well.
No, the Lakers.
Do you know
bad trade.
the bad bet? Let's talk about the Lakers then.
Yeah.
What do we? How do we feel about the Lakers this year, man? How do we feel? What with the current roster they have right now? What is it? The 29th of August. How do we feel? Are they even a goddamn playoff team?
If they can stay healthy.
They're a playoff team?
I think if they can stay healthy, I mean, they might be a playing team.
A playing team.
They're a playing team. If
They're
they
a
stay
playing
healthy
team.
right now.
For sure.
Yeah, I think
And then it all comes down to we know the type of player Russell Westbrook is and can be and play at that high level. So if he had a great year this year, like if he played best basketball that we know he can play, I think they're a playoff team, no doubt. But then
he just doesn't fit well.
He doesn't fit well with the system that they're playing, and he I don't know if he can truly play with LeBron and AD.
Yeah, he's a good player, but
I don't
don't get me
think
wrong,
they
he
can
just
win
doesn't
with
fit. What do you
I don't
think?
think they can win with him. I think he hurts them
Do you-
too much.
They're not gonna win a championship with him for
Yeah,
sure.
I
But do you think they're a playoff team?
I think they're a playoff team, but
They're a playing
Nothing
team.
more,
They're
yeah.
a playing team.
Nothing
like-
more.
I think they could get past. I think they could get past the first round.
That's questionable.
I think they could. I think if they played well and they get playing team, they
Right.
could get past the first
I
round.
think they fight themselves at times. Like they just
Yeah,
turn
because
the
then
ball over.
it just
a lot.
all depends.
Yeah.
Well, with their roster
They
now
find
too,
themselves.
is what I will say this now though too, is now they got a defensive player that can play defense
Yep.
and guard the best players
Can
and
shoot
guard
that thing.
and guard a player. And me and Cole were just talking about the stat. If you look at career wise, Patrick Beverly is the best shooter on their team right now. He shoots
Which is kind of sad.
37% in his career, and
Yeah.
One of the things too is like I don't think AD is gonna be healthy, dude.
I mean,
don't really
yeah.
believe in
I
that.
mean,
Like,
I mean,
how
it's hard. It's
He-
hard to say, but it's just. I mean, I hope he's healthy. I hope he has a good. I hope they have a great year. And then it's like going back. It's like talking about our football talk earlier. You just still have.
LeBron.
You have LeBron.
You still have
James.
LeBron and AD. If they're
LeBron's
healthy,
And
like,
LeBron
you can't count them
was he
out.
was 37
But-
years. He was
but-
36 this past year, averaging 30 points.
Dude,
like,
you can't
they're
count
just-
that boy out.
LeBron's
That boy's
a dog,
nasty.
but this isn't 07 Cavs team, Bron. Like he's not.
Right.
He's just not gonna put them on his back like that.
But
He still averaged
he's
30.
still-
Yeah, he still
yeah,
averaged
yeah,
30.
yeah,
He's
cool.
still
And he's still a top 5 player in the league.
I think he's still a top 5 player in the league.
And you have AD who has top 5 talent when he's healthy.
Yes.
But
and then
I
you
think
still have
him being healthy.
Russell Westbrook, that's top 10 if he plays his best.
plays his role.
Play his role.
Don't
He's-
shoot the 3, just play defense and Bruce
Russ
Brown.
to
Bro.
me
Yeah.
is like
And then
the definition of stats over championships.
Huh?
Like his stats look amazing.
Yeah.
And
This
then
doesn't
like
fit.
none of it translates. Like it
but a
doesn't
lot of
translate
his
to-
teams,
to-
he, a lot
to
of his
win.
teams, a lot of but that's like going to and talking about a lot of players that never won. I mean, that's like talking about John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Those guys were not stats over championship guys.
To be completely fair, though, they did go to multiple NBA finals. To be fair,
They did, but
Russ
still,
ain't-
Russ went to a finals.
About that. Went to one finals, and he was playing with
That's still a lot.
Kevin Durant, who was a top 15 player of all time, and James Harden, who was also a pretty good.
At that time was James Harden talked about like
Was
that.
6th man of the year though, so he wasn't like MVP, but 6th man team is pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm saying he still went to a finals. He still
Yeah.
there's a lot of good players that never even got to the
He
finals.
didn't, but Carl and John were like those guys on those teams.
Okay, Spencer, you never watched Karl Malone or John Stockton. Anyway,
Yeah.
Not even Cole though.
Like-
He's
I know, but you're trying to talk about like you
I'm
watch.
just trying to say like
we're talking about the Lakers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lakers. Yeah, go back. We're good.
their roster is complete dog shit. Let's be completely honest. Complete dog. The roster they have right now is going to get them to play in at best, and they need to make a trade. And I think that Russell Westbrook and a pick for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield is the most ideal play for the Lakers.
They get that.
It gives them defense in the inside. It gives them an elite three-point shooter, one of the best three-point shooters statistically of all time in Buddy Hield, even though he can't play no defense, but that's why we have Patrick Beverly, AD, and then Miles Turner would help that on the back line. I think that's it. If they make that trade, if the Lakers make that trade, they're championship contenders as long as Anthony Davis stays healthy. He is the key.
If they get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, they're championship contenders.
They are.
Easily.
Even in the Western Conference with the Clippers.
And I know we just saw Spencer shaking his head. He probably doesn't even know who Miles Turner is.
Do you know who Miles Turner is?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And he probably heard of Buddy Hield when Buddy Hield was playing at Oklahoma.
No, he doesn't know.
Yeah, but he's over here shaking his head like these guys aren't good. But Buddy Hield.
I'm shaking my head at 80 being healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that, but I'm saying that's like, it could happen though. You never know. What did he do this offseason? Could have just spent time getting his body right.
Didn't he say he didn't touch a basketball for like 4 months? I swear he said that.
But
he
had a
hasn't
couple
touched
months
it
left.
since like April.
You need to rest his body. You need to do.
I'd let my body heal at the rate he gets hurt. But
he even rested his body all year.
He's a championship team. I mean, yeah, like you said,
that dog
like you said, if the Lakers get that trade and Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, they're championship contenders.
Anyway, what else? I don't think we got anything else, but you guys are excited about this podcast? We're going to do this, twice a week?
Twice a week.
We're going to put out some content, talk about... Really, what are we going to emphasize? Just like Hawaii sports? And
then I think a lot of the NBA stuff, and then I think a lot of NFL.
A lot of NFL right now, right? Because of, and college football because of the time.
College football probably is a big one, too, after this week.
Yeah.
And then as we're starting to get into that crunch time when, it's SEC play and we have Bama and Georgia getting ready for, the SEC championship, or Bama playing Florida, or Bama. I think Kentucky's ranked. Isn't Kentucky ranked? I don't know.
I'm just excited. I just want to kind of use this platform just to talk about sports, and just give our picks, but honestly to talk about Hawaii players and do watch them, do our due diligence, and highlight them, because obviously they don't probably get talked about enough. But even the big name guys like Tua and Marcus, Hawaii sports are on the uphill.
I mean,
they just won the Little League World Series.
I mean, even and we're just talking football in general, and if there's a lot of people in Hawaii will back us up. If you can make a 30 for 30 in Hawaii, the 30 for 30 would be on Vinny Passes. I mean, Vinny Passes as a quarterback guru. I mean, you look at who he coached: Jason Gesser, Darnell Arsenal, Tua, Marcus, Jaden DeLora, Chevin Cordero, Mackenzie Milton, Dylan. I said Dylan Gabriel. You go back to Timmy Chang was there, Joe Lane. You just have a guy that's coached that has a resume of quarterbacks that are just high-level players. I mean, you can go back to you probably don't even remember him, Andrew Manley at Lelahua, a guy that came and he went to his quarterback camps and stuff like that. And then you get, you had a guy that was D1 potential that never really went D1, but he worked out, and Ryder Coons. I know we haven't heard that name in a long time, but that was a St. Louis guy. And you just have this QBU in Hawaii. But then nowadays, like Cole said, is just on an up form hill, because before you'd have QBs every now and then you'd always have your D-line and O-line. Now you're starting to see skill players come out, like Roman Wilson, who's another big one, that's Titus at UCLA.
Yeah.
You got guys that are putting on in the skill potential. I mean, you just got Jonah that had 101 yards receiving against SEC school.
Yeah.
Granted,
you
got Alohi Gilman. You got Maris Leofali. Him.
There's so many players.
Skill. Hawaii is getting put onto the map at this national level, and it's hard to see them get talked about on this big platform, because we're just the small little rock in the middle of nowhere. Where if we can talk about them and spotlight them, that'd be super cool to just
Yeah,
get our takes on.
we're gonna grow.
You know, that's our plan, bro. And we're gonna get special guests on here, and hopefully
we
get
know
some people on. We know a couple guys.
We know a couple guys at the college football level.
Darnell.
We can get
Darnell on here.
Darnell gonna hook it up.
Darnell will hook it up. We can get
we'll get some guys, but
even state guys.
Yeah, even but just like NBA and NFL talk, it's gonna be fun talking to you guys about this stuff. And we're not gonna always be in person like this. We're just in Utah right now, but we'll probably be over Zoom and stuff.
Me and Cole will probably be together.
Maybe we'll see how that goes.
Cole will fly out more. Yeah. Spencer, Spencer's got his, he's married technically, so he can't really fly out as much as Cole can,
This is just mainly for us though right now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't grow.
Yeah, this is
just for us to stay in tune with Hawaii sports, not high school sports. We don't really talk about that. But
we were just watching.
I don't know any high school players.
I don't know any high school players right now.
But the Little League World Series, shout out to the Little League World Series team.
Yeah, shout out to the boys. They win 13-3? That's insane.
Insane. They're just dominating.
They're good. They're really damn good.
But yeah, to end the show, this is gonna be a theme of every podcast where it's gonna be a top 3 segment now. I made it top 3. Okay. Top 5's kind of too much, but we'll have a top 3 segment where we talk about our top 3. Maybe top 3 fries, pizza, like something out of the ordinary, just to kind of get a taste of our personalities and what we like and dislike, and something that's kind of fun other than sports. So our top 3 segment this week, guys, I don't know if you looked at it, but it's the top 3 pizza toppings. Top 3 pizza toppings of all time. So we're not gonna count cheese. That's not a pizza.
Yeah. No, or pepperoni sauce. Like pepperoni.
Like the sauce, the bread, sauce, and cheese are just there.
Yeah, that's there.
We're gonna talk about what would you put on your pie, and it doesn't have to be together. It could be separate, but what are top 3 pizza toppings? Right,
start us off with one, Cole.
So I guess let's go 3 down to 1. Right. My 3. Dang. My 3. I should have been prepared. But my 3 will probably have to be. We want to just do top 3 pizzas. What do you have? The pizzas.
Yeah.
Collective.
Yeah. Pizza you're ordering.
Okay, so my 3rd pizza I'm gonna order. It gotta be. I don't know if you guys gonna like this, but I'm just gonna do a freaking. A supreme meat works all the meats you got the Italian sausage, you got the pepperoni.
You like me, huh?
You got the. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. It's not the time. We got Italian sausage, bacon, all the meat. You can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
You can't go wrong.
I know I was getting crap, but
meat lovers.
Yeah, meat lovers.
I think meat lovers 3 for me. Meat lovers 3. How about you?
I think I could do meat lovers 3, but I'm really just more of the basic. I can just get pepperoni. Pep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pep at 3.
You can't go wrong with.
Let me get a pep at 3.
You can't go wrong with just a pepperoni.
But the meat lovers does spice it up a little bit. You know, sausage. You get bacon and all that.
Right.
I like that. That stuff is
right.
Supreme, I think, is good.
Supreme.
Have you ever had
a Costco Supreme?
Costco, I think that's their best one.
Costco Supreme is
with the veggies too, right?
Yes.
Costco Supreme low-key goes.
Is that what you? So is that your 3?
That's your 3?
Yeah.
That's respectable.
What's your 2?
My 2 toppings are just pizzas in general.
A what?
Or just pre-made type of pizzas.
What we're doing? What kind of pizza?
I'm gonna say
Dog, what? Hey, don't touch the table.
I'm gonna say Hawaiian just because I like pineapple on pizza.
I never had
I can't do that.
You have it?
I've had it. I can't do it.
It's not good?
It's alright, but it's better.
Wait, is it you put pineapple on a tomato sauce kind of pizza?
Yeah,
or is it a barbecue?
It's like a
tomato sauce.
I never had that.
I don't like ham and stuff, but I
pineapple.
Like pineapple.
Okay, I can get you there. If you say ham and pineapple.
I don't like ham.
I don't like ham.
I don't like pork.
My meat lovers is not having no ham on. I don't like ham.
You could do the pineapple. I can do the pineapple.
I
can do the pineapple.
Okay, what's your 2?
Mine is gonna be barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, I love
barbecue chicken's fire.
You can't go wrong with it.
That was gonna be an honorable mention. I was thinking of that or meat lovers. I like
barbecue chicken pizza at 2 is.
CBK barbecue chicken.
But really, it's not just barbecue chicken. Like, I got this one out here. Oh my gosh, it had like pulled pork, brisket, and chicken on there, barbecue. Like, and that's.
But without the tomato sauce, it's like the barbecue.
It's like the barbecue sauce, no tomato sauce.
That was my honorable mention. My two. I'm going pepperoni, bro.
Okay, I like that.
You can't go wrong with just a pepperoni on a pizza. You can't. It's the most pepperoni is the most elite topping on a pizza. I think it's the most popular.
Yeah. Most popular, you need it.
Pepperoni pizza. Whew. I'm going to pepperoni pizza too.
All right, you're one.
Number one. You guys probably don't even know about this. My number one is a prosciutto pizza with arugula, and it's from this place in Hawaii called Brickfire Tavern. Prosciutto and arugula. I think it's arugula. It's some type of vegetable, but it's a light pizza that you could just eat. But it's it is the best. You guys have to try it. I think it's called Brickfire Tavern on Kaimuki. It's like right by Champs.
Okay.
Like on that road. It is the best pizza, and I like it because it's super light. You don't feel like disgusting after, and it's so good. Prosciutto pizza, number one for me.
I think number one for me is gonna be. This goes back to, kind of like yours. Is like just any spinach, like instead of the red tomato sauce, they put like Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
And it's spinach and mushrooms.
Right.
And that pizza just hits different.
It's like kind of like a lighter pizza.
It's a lighter pizza. It doesn't
like something you can eat like a couple times a week.
Yeah,
I like that.
And it's like not as heavy, as like because it's really you got spinach and mushroom. And,
right.
And the portobello mushroom is.
Dude, I don't like mushroom, but I like light pizzas.
The best pizza I ever had was in Verona, Italy. And I got it to go, and bro, it was like potatoes, and I want to say like some type of like pork on it.
Oh, it's not.
But like, dude,
gas.
It doesn't sound that good, bro. It was fire.
That's what you're saying. What is
like
it?
I don't even know what it's called. I have to like.
What's on it?
Like what it's like
potatoes.
It's like low-key. It was like potatoes. I want to say like prosciutto, like some type of
prosciutto,
like pig, like
bro.
pork.
It's so good.
Like there's obviously cheese, and then like, I think like that's all I can like think about. But
that's gas.
It was like to go.
Pizza.
It was so good. I don't know.
But this is making me want to call Domino's right now.
Yeah, we gotta get some pizza right now. But I like those. This is a solid top three.
No,
next, what will we do in the podcast next?
I mean, I would say if people see this somehow.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
But like what you saying?
I was saying if people say this, like as this gets bigger,
can we get 100 views?
Like, can we just get 100 views? And like, all I'm asking right now, and this is a big shot, but like on a serious note, like we're gonna come up with our topics at the end of the day, but like if y'all have anything y'all want to hear us talk about, and like keep it kind of sports related, like just like it can be something about we all played sports in Hawaii and like in high school and stuff. It wanted to be a question about like when we were playing, you could do that, but like keep it sports related. But if y'all see it. Yeah, please comment and
comment down below.
Subscribe. Subscribe, share it, repost
friends.
on Instagram, repost on TikTok, like all of it.
This is just for us now.
Yeah,
but we're hoping this kind of grows.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about we're just not gonna talk about sport. We'll talk about like life, like anything.
As we get better,
shout out our boys.
Yeah, as we get out, as we get bigger and not even bigger, but as we start doing it more and more, like our topics will be like we'll talk about some deep stuff like life and just like where we're like going and like. I don't know, just random stuff, and it'll just be kind of like barbershop talk, like you said earlier, like kind of where you focus sports, but throw life in there.
Cole is the only one of us now currently still a college athlete.
Yeah.
So
I was a college athlete for 2 days. We were all college athletes for. I'm damn near the same college athlete.
Okay.
I was a college athlete for 2 days.
3 years of football.
I'm about to be 5 years. Shout out Westminster University. Yeah, we're going up.
Yeah, hopefully play though. I'm just kidding.
If not, I'm in the works. I'm filing an NCAA waiver right now. Some stuff went on, behind the scenes. But if anything, red shirting this year, so I'll be 6 year.
Okay, so what are we looking for? Are we looking for 100 views?
100 views.
We're looking for 100
How many
views.
subscribers? Should we get to like
5?
10.
Let's get
10 subscribers.
Let's get 10 subscribers and 100 views by the next podcast, which is going to be Wednesday.
That's in 2 days.
My God. Okay, how about by the end of the week, bro?
Today's Monday? I thought we were doing it every Wednesday and Sunday. Oh,
We missed yesterday, bro.
We do Thursday?
Yeah.
No, we should just do Wednesday and then get to the.
Yeah. All right.
We'll come back in 2 days.
Come back in 2 days. Yeah. What'd you say? 100 views.
100 views, 10 subscribers.
10 subscribers.
And try to
Smash that like.
I don't know
button.
who's gonna view this. We'll probably have like 2 views. Hey, we're doing it for us at the end of the day. But we just hope this is like a fresh.
Yeah, I
one.
mean, I feel like this is
we don't
like
got
they're gonna
games
laugh
like
at us
that,
because
yeah.
people may know us. Like some of the people that we share with, you know, it's me. I mean,
They'll laugh at us now, bro.
These guys
Once
are
we
good,
get-
you know, like.
Watch us get some subscribers, but yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday.
I'm excited.
Hope you guys like it. We're out.
Yeah, we're out. Peace.
3 calls.
Yeah. 3
3 calls.
calls.
Peace,
Wait.
peace.
1, 2, 3. Because I'm third.
I
That's
guess
fair.
so.
Yeah.
I
1,
guess so.
2, 3. Yeah, you got. Fuck.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, just end it.
All right. Love y'all.